So yeah, it really depends. And people, like, I don't agree with people that count every single calorie, especially for bodybuilders or athletes, because counting calories, it all depends. If you're working out constantly, you're burning so much calories, so your body's going to need more. So people who count calories, I don't know, I don't agree with it. If it works for them, great. I don't find it that appealing to myself, but yeah.
I personally counted calories at the beginning to get an idea, because this is all new. Fruits and vegetables are very low in calories per bite, so you got to eat like high volumes. That's why I eat 10 bananas at a time. So the stomach, based on like how we grew up, we're not used to putting this volume in our stomachs. So at the beginning I counted calories just to get an idea, to make sure I'm reaching the normal amount that I would without eating these fruits, you know, like on a regular diet. But
Right.
then over time I just got used to it, and I never count my calories. It's been over a year I've never counted.
Yeah, it's I feel like, especially with the vegan diet, it's a lot harder, because you don't really, especially if you're just starting out, you don't know how much calories you're actually taking in. So then you'd have to count it out, but I don't know, I still don't agree with it.
Like you said, to each their own.
To each their own, yeah. Like me talking to Jacob right now about raw diets and vegan diets, it's just helping me broaden my horizon, because I'd really like to have more fruits and vegetables in my diet. This is why I'd want to talk and see what are the best options and what would go well with my diet. So someone like me, I'm around 250, 240. I'm 6'6". I need a lot of calorie intake for my day.
Plus you work out a lot.
Oh, I work out probably 3-4 times a week, and I constantly walk around. I do all that stuff, so I need a higher calorie intake than someone like Jacob, who's he's not shorter, and as you could tell, he's probably like, what, 6?
Shorter than you, but
Yeah, 6 foot, what?
I'm like 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, but you're a lot slimmer than me. How much do you weigh?
I think about 170, that makes sense?
160,
160?
170.
160, I think.
So,
Maybe less now, because I don't measure myself. As you can see, I'm trying to guess.
yeah, so
But I used to be 160, and I'm usually, like, my weight is pretty stable. But eating lots of fruits, I have lost some weight, so...
that's just amazing. You're almost 100 pounds lighter than I am. Oh, man.
But I find that really cool. Oh, sorry, if you want.
No, go ahead.
I find it really cool that Attila, is that what your YouTuber is?
It's Bearded Fitness, but
Okay, I find it really cool that the Bearded Fitness asked me to do this interview and is interested in this vegan raw food lifestyle, even though himself he's eating meat. And I
right.
totally promote that. Like, I've made some vegan dishes at a party and people are like, this is really cool, I would just add some chicken. And I'm like, do it, add some chicken, you know, but as long as you're getting more greens, more veggies in your diet. Because
Yeah.
I feel like we don't think about it. We're at parties, we order pizza, whatever's easy, and we don't think of like adding some tomatoes in there, extra fresh ones, you know, some peppers. Like, it's only a bonus you can give your body, you know.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
keep eating whatever you want to eat, whatever you feel like eating, but be conscious of fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
They grow on trees, you know,
And in bushes and in the
bushes,
ground.
in the ground, and
But
in
yeah,
their natural state, they're appealing to us, you know.
yeah. The more colorful your dishes, the better for you. So we just went to our mutual friend's wedding, Redane, and at the wedding, I noticed every single time I turned around, you always had a big bowl of food, full of veggies and everything. Like I
Honestly,
looked
it's 'cause
around
the plates
everywhere.
were small.
Yeah, sure there were. Like every single time there were, his plate was always full. And I would just watch him eat all this too. I'm like, oh my God. Like I'm barely eating anything and he's just scarfing
I
down.
was like, I don't want to be rude. I'm looking for the moment to go and get more food.
But yeah, that was a good time. And what did you actually eat there? What was the?
See, interestingly, because a week before that, I came back from the Woodstock Fruit Festival, where we ate just raw fruits and vegetables for
Right.
7 days with 600 people who are into this lifestyle. who don't think we're crazy like you guys might think I am.
I don't think you're crazy.
And I came home and I did a week of just eating watermelon. I actually made some videos on that. Just eating a watermelon. I called it the 5-day watermelon cleanse. And then I went to Redain's wedding after having a big lunch of like maybe 10 papayas. And I went to the wedding and I was like, okay, I wanted to stay raw, but I was like, I think I'll make an exception today because it's gonna be really tricky and there's good sushi and everything. So what I ate was a bunch of sushi with avocado and cucumbers. They made it sure it was all vegan.
Right.
I ate some of the beans, and after I was like, I don't know if I should eat that, but I ate some of the beans. It was good. And then I ate, you know how they had tacos?
Yeah, they had the
basically
tacos.
just
Yeah.
kept taking. That's why you kept seeing big plates. I kept taking the lettuce and tomatoes. I didn't use the taco shells.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was just making salads, just like salad after salad. More sushi. They had those little spring rolls. I think it's wrapped in like rice or like a rice thing
yeah, it
with
was.
like veggies in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that stuff was like really like low in calories. So that's why I needed so much, you know, because I didn't want to eat the breads, and I really just didn't feel like it at this time in my life.
Yeah, so there wasn't any fish or shrimp or anything in those,
No,
right?
no.
There wasn't.
No. And then for dessert, Redain's wife, Kathy, actually made a really cool, there was an awesome wedding cake, but she even made like an extra one that was vegan. I'm not exactly sure what she put in it, but she didn't put eggs or milk or anything, and it was
Right.
really sweet and nice. And she also made a vegan pudding. So I splurged that day, and like, you know, friends made sure I was like happy, went out of their way, so I enjoyed what they gave me, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's probably the hardest part, especially having a lot of friends who are non-vegans or even vegetarians, that they kind of, if you go to their house or you go out to a party or whatever, it's just harder for you to find proper food, especially if it's at someone's house. It's like, do I have to eat before I go, or do I have to bring my own food? It's like, it's just a struggle. But
I definitely learned that I have to eat before I go and I have to bring my own food, usually.
sneak it in the car.
I try to judge the situation, right?
Yeah,
Redain's
exactly.
wedding, he showed me the menu, he showed me there'd be all these options, so I knew I didn't have to bring stuff.
Right.
But I did make sure to eat because I knew at home, because I knew the ceremony's long, and by the time we get to dinner, I would probably eat twice as much as what you saw, you know.
But
And
yeah.
I, like, to a party, I went before. I'm like, okay, my friends know I'm vegan. I'm sure there'll be something for me. I go and there's a barbecue, not even a piece of lettuce or tomato. And
So
all I
they-
ate was chips that day, and I felt horrible the next day. So the next party a week later, I brought like a big salad, and I was hoping that we would have rice that we were supposed to order. They ordered pizza, like I said, so I ended up using my friend's fridge, and I just cut up all these veggies and made these pita wraps, and it actually brought life to the party, and people like gathered around, helped out. So like sometimes these awkward situations can turn into fun situations, you know.
So I bet your friend was like, I had tomatoes, I had cucumbers. What? Where did you find that?
It was his wife's.
Oh yeah, probably.
Really, he's like, my wife has like stuff in the fridge. Look,
Do whatever you want. Oh man.
Yeah, that was funny.
But so right now you're trying the raw vegan diet, which pretty much means you don't cook it, right? You don't cook it, you just eat it completely raw.
Yeah, there's people who dehydrate, and you could dehydrate some stuff, but it's not like focus on dehydrating.
Right.
So I basically, even when I was eating cooked, it was very similar, except the evening meal is what's different. So for breakfast, I'll have juice or fruits, any fruit I want, but I usually keep it juicy. Watermelon,
Yeah.
orange juice. That's my favorite two things. Today I had peaches. And then for lunch, I'll try to have the sweet fruit, like bananas or papaya, smoothies. And
So-
then for dinner time, I'll try to have something citrusy, like pineapple, maybe some more orange juice. This is like a typical day, but it could always change. And then I'll have like a huge salad, or whatever I'm feeling. If I want lots of tomatoes, cucumbers. I started cutting up mushrooms raw, because I always thought you can't eat raw mushrooms, you gotta cook them.
Right.
But at the festival, they had these cool mushroom dishes, and I was like, wow, I love mushrooms. They're actually pretty good raw. But when I was eating cooked, I would basically eat fruit all day as well, as much as I want, no calorie restriction. And in the evenings, I would still probably make a salad, have some fruit before that. and I would cook like a bunch of sweet potatoes or rice or gluten-free pasta and just like eat a lot of that. And I might do that again in the winter, but I want to go as long as I can, especially while there's still an abundance of fruit
Right.
that's available for cheap prices right now. So.
Right. So I know my girlfriend Arsha, I should say fiance now, but do you take any, not whey protein, but any like supplement powders or anything like that, or not really? No.
No, none at all.
It's
No
the devil.
protein powder. No. I don't know, like I might have tried it, but I don't know, it's not my thing. I
No.
don't feel I need it at all. The only issue, because at the end of the day, you do have to like check your blood and know what's going on.
Right.
You can't just do this blindly. And one issue I did have is with B12. So my red blood cells started going down, which
Right.
could go towards, what is it, anemia?
I don't know.
think. But basically I was feeling tired, but I didn't want to supplement, and I heard a lot of people do take B12 when they're vegan, especially raw vegan. But I didn't want to supplement just blindly. I wanted to go a long time to know, get my blood work to really know and see it on black and white that I need it. Because I didn't want to make my body dependent on something if it didn't need it.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it turned out I needed it. I got a dose of some B12 shots for 5 weeks, and it really brought my energy back up. And that was in May. Right now it's September. And then all summer I traveled and I didn't take any more B12. And then after my travels, 2 months in Europe, I took a little bit. In the transition time, I was feeling a bit low. I took like a couple of supplements. And since then I haven't taken it, maybe a few weeks or a month. And I feel good, so I don't want to take it if I don't
Yeah,
need
exactly.
it. So I want to do my blood work. That's what the doctor recommended too, to like do it again after a few months to see if my levels stabilize or if I still need it. And I'll be open to take it if I need it, because I'd rather feel good and take a supplement than
Then
get
feel
tired,
bad.
you know?
Yeah.
And that's really like the only issue, B12.